That's something else I want to leave in a Jeep. Actually, I was verifying everything before I put it in there, and I noticed this charge controller is no good anymore. It will work for, it puts out about almost 8 volts. So if you've got a 6-volt lantern battery, it'll be okay. That'll be okay. But it's not working on this. So, you know, just to double check it, I checked the voltage on the battery. It was 1255, and what I did was I put the charge controller on it and see if it went up. It didn't go up. Now if we put the gauge on here without the charge controller, you can see the voltage is going up on the battery. It's 1265. 12.7 is, well, it's charging right now. It's charging right now. You know, the only thing is, with a panel like that, you really can't leave it on there all the time. But I think that puts out, I think it puts out about like a 5 ampere hour battery charger, something around there. At least 3. At least 3. This does like about less than 1 amp. So 1, 2, 3. I think that does, well, let's say 3 to 6, somewhere in that range. But basically that puts out like a battery charger. You just can't leave it on there all the time without the charge controller. So what I'm going to do is that thing's going in the Jeep too. This was in the Jeep. And I got a battery from like 1996. I'll show it to you. This one, it's still in here. It still works. From AutoZone. That puppy right there. That's all that's on is one of these little, the same stupid thing that's up there. You know, it's the same. I don't know if you can see it that good. This thing, it's one of those battery chargers. That's all it is. It's not too much that it screws it up, but that battery's been since the late 90s. It's definitely before 99. I think it's 80. I mean, it's 97, 98 maybe. Maybe that's what it is. So I'm gonna get some clips, unless I got some laying around here. I might have some up here somewhere, some battery charger clips. I don't know if I got some, but if not, I'm going to get some at Wally World. And, you know, we got a lot of little bullshit battery chargers around here. So, anyway, that's going in the Jeep. And I know the perfect place for it, under the floor. But, what I got to do with this thing, though, is this. I got to make some type of secure steel storage facility under here that I can just kind of lock this shit up, you know, so nobody fucks with it. That's the one thing I don't like about this damn puppy. So anyway, that's what I'll be doing with that. And the other one, I got one in my, got one of those in the Chevy. I'll put the other one. Put this one in the Sebring. That one's going to go in the Jeep. You know, that's a pretty damn good idea. If you're stuck somewhere out in the middle of the woods, you got a dead battery, so your charging system gave out or some crap like that, you hook that to your battery, and even that little thing, if it's during the daytime, you might be going, you might be moving, So that's what's going in there. Just going to get some connectors for the damn thing. So I can just, regular battery connectors, not these little freaking little bullshit alligator clips like that. You know, I'll put some regular battery connectors on here. No charge controller, and I'm just going to have to annotate that this thing does not put out the right voltage anymore. So it should be putting out about 13 volts or something. It's not doing that. It's putting out about 7.5 to 8. Which should be okay for charging up a lantern battery. Anyway, so this should work. Gotta keep doing my prepping here and see what the freaking happens, man. I mean, no matter what the hell you do. But like I said, man, you can't rely on a lot of people that are like professionals. You know, don't get their fingernails dirty. What the hell good are they, man? And you know, I'm gonna tell you something else. Don't ever tell people with money this kind of shit, because they'll ask you for favors. Believe it or not, they can have like $50 million. They'll ask you for favors. Totally ignore this kind of subject in their presence. Believe me. They'll, also think since you can do this, that means they can pay you less. Don't fucking ever tell them this kind of shit, man. Found that out before. So you just play the game like they play. Don't tell them shit about anything like this. Just keep your mouth shut. You know, if you know how to do this kind of stuff, don't tell the professional people too much, because a lot of them are bad news, man. Believe me, they are. They're always looking for a way to screw you over. So I know there's blue collar people like that too, and I know all professional people are not all like that, but generally speaking, people that work that are skilled laborers, they're the more stand-up people, because they know what's involved. They're more fair. So anyway, you know, the gauge is off here right now, but that thing is charging. Like I said, we're just going to put a wire on there with some alligator clips, nice long wire. This way I can lay it on the hood. And the other thing is, I got that truck bed lining on there, so I don't give a shit about laying something on the hood. You know, it's a Jeep, baby. Anyway. Yeah, and that's the voltage I'm getting through the charge controller. So, you know, it works, but it's off. Well, it depends on what you want to use it for. It's not going to work for a 12-volt battery. It'll work for a 6-volt. So that's wrong. I'm going to have to, you know, I'm going to keep that, just annotate that. The output is 7.9 volts. It's wrong. So, you know, I know what the deal is. It's still functional for some other purpose, though.